In this presentation, we will enter invoices related to service items. We're going to be setting up new service items and new customers as we enter these invoices. These service items will be related to guitar lessons. It's going to be a similar fashion as if we were a law firm or an accounting firm that needs to count the hours for a particular employee that we need to then bill out using an invoicing process. Here we go with Xero. Here we are in our Get Great Guitars dashboard. We're going to go ahead and open up our trial balance by selecting the accounting dropdown and going down to the trial balance. Once open, we're going to duplicate the tab. We're going to go back up to the tab up top. To do so, right click on it and duplicate it. Then we're going to be changing the date to the current date that we're going to be working in, and that's going to be 2020, February 2020. So we're going to select the drop down here. We're going to be bringing this on up to February 2020. And we will update the date. Now, what we're going to do now is enter service items. So let's go ahead and jump back over to our flowchart. This is in QuickBooks Desktop, just to look at the service items here. We're going to be in the customer section. We're going to be creating invoices. And this is the type of invoice system you might have if you're like a service company that does work like a law firm or possibly a landscaping firm or a bookkeeping firm, where you might have multiple employees, for example, that go do the work, and they count up the hour for the work they're doing for the client they work it on. And then at the end of the month or so, you have to go back in there and enter the invoices based on basically the billable hours of a particular employee. And that's what we'll do now. So we are a guitar shop here. So we're imagining we have different people that do guitar lessons. They're going to be billing out their hours for the customers that they worked on. We're going to take that information on a monthly basis, put it into the invoicing process, send out the invoices at that point. So that's what we're doing now. We will be creating invoices for these individuals based on, you can think of kind of like the timesheets that you would have from them. So what's that going to do in terms of our financial statements? Well, it's going to be increasing the accounts receivable because it is an invoice. The other side will be going to revenue, this time just the service revenue. In the US, the United States, we don't have the sales tax on the service revenue typically, so that's going to be it. It'll be a nice, straightforward, easy transaction. We're going to go back to the trial balance then, or the first tab, which says trial balance, but we're going to go to the dashboard, and then let's go ahead and enter invoices. So we're going to select that plus button up top, and it won't let me select the plus button. There we go. We're going to add an invoice. Now we're going to imagine that we're getting basically timesheets from one of our guitar instructors, and they're going to give us the students that they worked with or the customers they worked with. So the first customer is going to be Star Lee, a new customer for us. So this is going to be a new contact, Star Lee. We're going to put this as of the end of the month, so hopefully I remember to do that this time. And the due date, I'm going to put as of the end of March. We'll make it as of the end of March. And the item, we're going to have to add new inventory items, which is going to be great. So we're going to say the first one, we're going to add an item up top. I'm just going to say this is going to be a new item. This is going to be our guitar instructor. His name is Jody. So I'm going to say it's Jody Guitar Lessons. I'm going to put that in the item code as well as the name. And we don't purchase these. These are just items we sell. So we don't purchase them, of course, because it's a service item. Therefore, we only have the middle item checked off. And the unit price we're going to say is $190. So that's basically the hourly rate. And then we're going to put this into an income account. Now we have service income, so we might want to just put this into sales, which is the service income account. Or if we want to break it out on the income statement as different kind of income for guitar lessons, we could do that as well. So let's just pretend we want to break this out. You don't want too many revenue accounts, so you have to find some balance. You don't want like a different revenue account for each of your instructors, would probably be too much detail. But maybe we want to break out the guitar lessons from the other type of income accounts. So even though they're both revenue accounts. So within the revenue then, we have the service revenue is at the 4300. So let's make it 4305, a new account 4305. Let's do that. Okay, 4305, 4305, 4305 in the code 4305. And then we're going to say that the account is going to be the account type of an income type of account. So it's going to be a revenue. I'm going to say it's going to be, let's put it into a sales account. I believe that's consistent with what we had before. So then we're going to put guitar lessons. It's going to be the income type. So So let's go ahead and save that. And we're going to say save. And so there we have it. So 190. And we're going to say the number of hours here are going to be, we'll give it 5. We'll go 5 hours. 5 hours. That gives us the 190. So the 190. Now it's applying the sales tax. I should have removed, there should be no sales tax. It should be no sales tax on that item. Let's go ahead and adjust that. So I'm going to right click on this tab up top and duplicate it. And then I'm going to pull this one to the left so I can adjust that inventory item. I'm going to say that inventory item is picking up sales tax and it shouldn't. So I'm going to go to the accounting drop down. Let's go to the business drop down. We want to go to products and services. I'm going to look for that item and say this is a tax exempt item because it's a service item for us. So I'm going to go down here and I'm looking for Judy's guitar lessons or Jody's guitar lessons. So I'm going to select that one. I want to edit the item. So I'm going to edit the item and then I'm going to go down and say, no, it's not 9.5% tax. It's going to be 0. So 0 tax on this one. So there we have it. And then I'm going to go back to our invoice and we'll complete this process. So it should be at the 950. I'm going to approve and make another. So I'm going to say approve and another. And that should post it. Now, as that posts, I'm going to go to the trial balance and just check it out over here. Let's update the good old trial balance, the TB. And that'll create an increase in the accounts receivable. And the other side, we should have a new account down here. That's what I kind of want to check out. So down here, we have the merchandise, the service, and then we have the guitar lessons, which is also in the category of the sales items, which is what we have been categorizing our income accounts to be as of. All right, let's go back then and make another one of these. We're doing our month-end billing, so we have a few of them. We have another new client, Diana Martinez. And so we're going to set that up. Once again, the date, we're going to say the end of February. We're going to say it's due the end of March. And then we'll put the item, which we have already set up now, which is Jody guitar lessons. Remember, Jody's our instructor who's telling us the hours that has been worked on for guitar lesson. So we're going to say, once again, 5 hours and no tax is being applied now. So that's proper. 950, that's going to be increasing the accounts receivable and increasing the sales item. Let's approve and add another with the drop down. Approve and another. The next client that Jody worked on, according to her timesheet, happens to be a Lynn Jackson. We're going to put this on the books for the end of February 29th. That's our billing time that we're doing right now. And then it's going to be due in March. We're going to say the item once again is Jody, and we're going to say 10 this time. So it's a lot of work there. So we're going to say that's going to be the 1,900. That's going to be it for Jody. We're going to go on to our next instructor next time. So we're going to say that's at the 1,900. Same process, AR going up by that, other side going to that revenue account. Let's approve and then do this again for our second guitar instructor. Our next instructor is named Angela, and her client, according to her timesheet, she has a client for Jenny Jones. So we're going to add the client Jenny Jones. This once again will be as of the end of the month, the 29th over here. The due date was going to be March 31st. Then we're going to add our new item. This is another instructor. So I'm going to go to the item drop down. We're going to add a new item. It's going to be for the guitar lessons of Angela guitar lessons. Then I'm going to copy that and we will put that on over into the name as well. We're just going to have the middle column because this is a service item. So we're going to say here it's 150 for the amount. So notice we have different employees. You could think of as a law firm would be a similar process that we might have different billing rates on the hourly rates for those employees. Not necessarily their wage rate, not what they earn necessarily, but this being their billable rate. And then we're going to say that the other side is going to go to the guitar lessons that we set up. And then it's not the 9.5% tax. We're going to say no tax because it's a service item. So then let's say save on that one. And we're going to say the first one was 7 hours. That'll bring us up to the total of 1,050. That'll increase accounts receivable and increase the sales. Let's do this again for more of Angela's lessons. We're going to go down to the drop down and we want to approve and add another. Next one we have is Diana. So we're going to say Diana Miller is the student of Angela, according to Angela's timesheet. And as of the 29th, we're going to say the due date is going to be out there in the 31st. And then we're going to say down here that this is going to be the Angela guitar lessons. And we have the number of 6 of those on the quantity side of things. That brings us up to the 900. Increasing AR by 900, increasing revenue. Let's go ahead and approve and add another. Last student for Angela is going to be named Jill Gonzalez, and we're going to say this is as of the end of February, and due date end of March. And then we're going to say the item down here once again is Angela guitar lessons, and the quantity will be 9 this time at the 150, no tax. That's at the 1350. Now we have one more guitar instructor, so we're almost there. One more, we're going to say save, and another. One more guitar instructor with a few students. So we got to enter the timesheets. This is what happens on the billing type of thing at the end of the month. It's kind of tedious, but it's what you got to do. So we're going to say the next one is going to be for our new other instructor's name is Rebecca. Her timesheet has Noah as a student, Noah Davis. And so we're going to say this is as of the end of February. So end of February. Due date's going to be the end of March, we're going to say. Hope I'm getting these dates right. And then we're going to add a new item. We're going to add a new item up top. And that's going to be for Rebecca guitar lessons. And then I'm going to copy that. We're going to put that in the name as well. The unit price is going to be 100. So again, that's our billable price, not necessarily the wages, right? We're going to bill at 100 for Rebecca. We're going to say that this is going to go to guitar lessons. So no, this is going to, what did I call it? Guitar lessons? Yeah, that's what I called it. I was right. I was totally right. Second guessing myself there for no reason. So there we have it. Then we're going to save that. And the quantity there is going to be 8. So we're going to say the quantity there is going to be 8. That brings us up to the 800. Now, Rebecca has a couple other, so 2 more here that we're going to have for Rebecca's timesheet. So we're going to say approve and another. Next one on Rebecca's timesheet for the guitar lessons she does is the client of Grace Matthew. And the date is going to be as of the end of February and due date end of March. And then the item is now Rebecca guitar lessons. And the amount here was 6 hours at 100 for $600. And then we're going to say, do this again. We're going to go say or approve and new, approve and add another. And we only get to do one more because this is the last one. And then we have to stop given the fact that we have no more, even though this is good times. The next one's going to be Pam Smith. Pam Smith. We're going to be adding Pam Smith. This is going to be as of the date of the end of February. Due dates, it's going to be the end of March. Then we're going to go down to the item down below, and this is going to be Rebecca Garcia, and the quantity of 8 times 100 is going to be the 800. That's the last one. So let's go ahead and approve this one and see what happens with regards to our trial balance. I'm going to approve this one. Make sure nothing funny happens. I don't have any like really dark red boxes that are popping up, so I'm assuming everything went well. Back to the trial balance, we're going to update the report. It's downdated right now. Now we're updating it, and we're then going to say that the accounts receivable should be increasing. If we go into the AR, accounts receivable, and then scroll on down, we should see a lot of more receivables from these clients here. So these are our guitar lesson clients. So there they are. And then I'm going to go back up top. Let's go back on over, and the other side should be into our new revenue account, our brand new revenue account, which is quite productive. We should have been doing this all the time. We stop the guitar sales here and just start lessons. So there's it down here. We have it under the new account for the guitar lessons. Let's take a look at the income statement as well. I'm going to go back to the prior tab and just take a look at what this looks like on the income statement. So then I'm going to go to the accounting drop down and open up the old income statement, the P&L, the income statement. And let's bring this, so there we have it, that's fine. And if we go down, we see that we now have a new income account in here for the guitar lessons. So you want to be careful on how many income accounts you want to create, because we could have put it in down here in a service. It's basically a service. But the major categories we might want to break out into another component. If you do too many components, it's going to be too messy on the income statement, and you can, look at other reports, to break out some of the components. For example, you wouldn't want another line item for each instructor generally, because you can look up, possibly that information in a different kind of way. So there's going to be our income statement. There's going to be our new category. Obviously, income goes up, and now our net income is looking better. Remember, when you look at the income statement, you may want to look at it just for the month of February. So I'll start February 1st on out. There's nothing after February, so I'll keep it at December because it's easy. So then if I go down, this is the activity just for the month of February. So this is what we have there. Next thing, just want to check out while we're here. If I go back to the trial balance and go back up top to the AR accounts receivable right here, we can look at another report that supports that number. So let's do that. Let's go to the first tab now. Let's go up to the accounting and on down to the report. Well, let's go to the reports. Got a little confused there for a second, but I'm back. I'm okay. And then we're going to go into the aged receivable detail. Let's take a look at the aged receivable detail report. That should give us detail on the receivables in an aged fashion. I'll make this as of the end of the month, so I'm going to say as of the end of it. I can't see the end of it. There it is. And then update that report. And then if we go down, so here we have them all. Diana, and then Grace and Jenny, and all these people owe us money. It's great. And then that sums up to the $10,285.50. Only thing better than that is if they actually paid us. $10,285.5 plus the 416.1. That's the $10,701.60. If we go on back to the trial balance, that should be tying out to the $10,701.60. So that looks good. If we go back to the first tab again, and then go back up top to the dashboard, we can also, of course, be tracking this with the information or the invoices, money owed to us category, as it's called in Xero. Invoices owed to you. Correction. Invoices owed to you, as it's called in Xero. So then we can go to that 10,701. These are going to be the pending outstanding invoices. And of course, we can track that information in this format as well. We have the options to track this information up top to sort by the list of options up top. That's it for now. Let's get out of here.